driver. We absolutely love it when we smash it down the fairway, but it can be our arch nemesis. My simple concept today is going to make your driver game so much easier. So in order to hit driver well, we all know we've got to feel as though we're bottoming this arc out before the golf ball. A lot of players get it too far ahead and too far steep and too far to the left. We're going to use this alignment stick to help you understand exactly how we control our arc. Welcome to Elliott Golf, guys. It's nearly the weekend, which means we're playing golf. I've got a question for you. Are you playing golf this weekend? And if you are, where are you playing? Please comment down below. I'm hoping to get around with my dad actually on Sunday here at Mottram Hall, but I'd love to know where you're playing. So guys, if you're brand new to the channel, warm welcome to Elliott Golf. We bring you content every day that hopefully gets you enjoying your golf that little bit more, with hitting that golf ball better. Before you leave, guys, I really would appreciate it if you can hit that big red subscribe button down there. Let's get into the rest of today's video. So let's delve into this a little bit deeper. We need to think about this bottom half of our golf swing by controlling this half, the hula hoop. So with a driver, we're looking to get the bottom of the arc happening just before, and can we feel as though we start to hit this driver on the up? Now, a lot of players get this arc too far to the left, so we're going to feel as though we tilt our arc a little bit to the right, which allows us to hit that golf ball from the inside. Now, a lot of you golfers were looking to hit it from the inside. Now, with that, I always say this as a word of caution. We want to feel as though we are, but we may not get there. And we use it as a way to neutralize our bike wheel from being too far to the left, in the sense of this way. Can we get it a little bit more to the right? So this is exactly how I want you to do it with the drill. All you need for this drill is an alignment stick. We're going to put our left hand at the top, or our lead hand at the top, and grip it as we would a golf club. The other hand, we're going to press onto the end. We're going to have the palm up to the sky. When we adjust the golf ball now, we're going to feel like we bring this alignment stick in. We're going to bend it slightly. So if we look down here, this is ultimately the bottom of our arc. I want you just to feel how this circle goes around the body, back down to impact and through. So we're feeling as though we get the right elbow in, the arc happening before the golf ball, but more importantly with this drill, we get the feeling of the arc being more neutral, not out to in too much, or vice versa, not too much in to out. And we're trying to feel this by getting the body to control it. So I do this by adding a little bit of the lower half in, a little bit of a move in, and just simply get used to feeling and picturing the arc traveling towards target. Right, let's jump into how we're going to do this on the golf course, controlling the arc happening before, and how we control it towards target. So all we're trying to imagine here is that we're controlling the arc at which the golf club swings on, and I think it gives us a really good illustration and a good imagination of how on an incline arc, so it's not straight up and down, it's on an incline arc around the body, we want to feel the driver swings on. So when from hip height on the way down to hip height on the way through, can we link the driver head up onto the arc to travel in to square to in and bottom out just before the golf ball. So when we've got that alignment stick on the floor showing you the club path going to the left, to the right, and bottoming out before the golf ball, and then when we got it in our hands, that just represents the arc at which the club is traveling on, or the rail at which the club is traveling on. We want to feel as though it's around the body and around the body, not around and over. And I think it's a really great way to think about that. So moving this on to the next stage on the golf course, I want you to grab another tee peg, and I want you just to make a mark on the ground an inch before the golf ball. Just make a little bit of a scrape on the ground, or put the tee peg into the ground. What I want you to feel is, going back to that very first image we had of the alignment stick bent on the ground, can we feel as though the club head is just travelling down that from hip height through to impact and up to hip height. So we just literally felt that we had a rail to link back up onto. Now, I've used this technique with loads of students and it's been a great success because it ultimately feels like I don't have to be so perfect, apart from as this club comes down to hip height, onto the rail, into impact, up through to hip height. it's a great concept because it gives them that freedom, that way of imagining what a club path is, more travelling towards target and focusing on the bottom of the arc happening an inch before where we've scraped it. Again, it's not specific, it's a great way to feel how we control each and every element. So now, going back to the total start of this video, it's a simple concept I can take straight to the golf course. When we tee our golf ball up on a weekend, on the first tee, on the 18th tee, there's always going to be a mark behind the ball, whether that be an old divot, whether it be a bit of a leaf, whatever that little impression is. I want you to tee it up with that in mind. Imagine we've got that little bit of an impression behind the ball. Picture where we've got to link the head up onto the rails, behind the ball, have a waggle up to hip height, through to hip height, feel that rail, picture that rail on that arc, pull the shot away. And it will really feel as though you have the confidence to hit the ball. Just picture the rail. So really hope that simple driver tip helps you hit your driver out on the golf course. Just that little bit simpler. I've tried it with people, I've used that concept, and it helps people imagine that rail. If we can imagine that rail, again, it gives us a great thing to work to as a swing thought out on the golf course. Now, it's my favourite part of the channel, pulling out a few comments and a few questions that you guys have put to me on YouTube, and I really do appreciate all the support you have been giving me. It's outstanding, so thanks so much, guys. If you've got any questions about your game, please do comment them down below, and I'll either comment back to you in person or we'll actually bring them out on YouTube right now. So this comment comes from Alan Swan, and Alan said, really enjoying your videos, Alex. I have a question about grip. So if you guys have been struggling about your grip, this will help you too. He said, any suggestions on grip issues? At the top of my backswing, I'm a right-handed golfer with an interlocking grip. 3 fingers on my right hand come off, and my left index finger too. Thumb and left hand holding the club. Please do you have any tips to resolve this? So Alan, what I think we've got to get through to this right now is actually question how we're holding the golf club. So this is a really nice quick tip for you all. Club up to the sky, point the club on a slight angle, into the fingers, and we're bringing the pad on top of the club. So our test for this is, does the club feel light, and can I take all my fingers off apart from my first finger? We then want to put our right hand on, and I'm an interlocker as well, where we've got the fingers on the club as well. So we've got the fingers on the club as well, we cover up the thumb. Now, if we've got this in the palm or the palm on the left, it's going to be very hard for us to keep this hand on. Now, the expression that I would use is, imagine we had a little bit of a feather or a T-peg in between the left thumb and our right thumb, and we felt that we put that on there. We felt a bit of pressure of the right palm onto the left thumb. And what I'd say is, imagine you've got a tube of spaghetti and they're not being cooked yet. We don't want to break the spaghetti. We've got the hands on the club, and I would get to top of the backswing, feel that little bit of pressure, not strangling it, we're not hands off, but just be aware that having the club in our fingers allows us to put that pressure onto the thumb. And Alan, if you want a little bit more information on that, I'll leave the link to my full grip video just up here. Guys, thanks so much for all your questions. I really do appreciate them. I have commented back to you all on there. Great to bring out 1 or 2 on the actual video. See you tomorrow for Short Game Saturday.